all know how important mathematics is in our lives. If we talked about problem solving in mathematics, it supports the development of the ability to think creatively, critically, and logically. And also, in mathematics, mathematical reasoning is important as it helps to develop critical thinking and understand maths in a more meaningful way. So the concepts of reasoning not only helps the students to have a deeper understanding of the subject, but also helps in having a wider perspective to logical statements. And then reasoning has four kinds. The first one is, like some other students, Paulinho hates mathematics so much. No matter how hard she tried to study, there's nothing really comes up on her mind about the said subject. Then one day, her mathematics instructor retired, reason why she has a new one. While her new instructor is discussing, she couldn't take off her eyes from the board since she couldn't believe how she can now easily understand what the instructor is discussing compared to her old instructor. And then she said to herself,
Yes, I finally like mathematics. I cannot imagine how I hated this one last time. I can't wait for the next discussion. Do you sometimes feel like you know the right answer without thinking and analyzing? Intuition is the ability to understand something instinctively without the need for conscious reasoning.
Good morning, class. So, before we proceed to our next topic, let us first recall our topic yesterday. So, Miss Saniko, where did we stop yesterday?
We stop in analogy, ma'am.
Okay, so, can you define what is analogy, Miss? Mr. Bilyaza?
An analogy is a comparison between two objects or system of objects that highlights respect in which they are thought to be similar. Analogical reasoning is any type of thinking that relies upon an analogy.
Okay, very good. Can you give at least one example?
Ma'am, I volunteer.
Okay, Miss Rivelyaza, pay attention to Miss Paulino's example because I will call you after. So, go on, Miss Paulino.
So when we say analogy, it is a comparison between two objects, just like what Miss Rivellias said a while ago. So here's my example. Window is to paint as book is to blank. I will give four options and one of it can complete this blank. Option 1 is novel. Option 2 is glass. Option 3 is cover. And option 4 is page. So, the one that completes the blank is option 4, which is the word page. Why? It is because a window is made up of panes and the book is made up of pages. The answer is not option 1 because novel is a type of a book. It is not option 2 because glass has no relationship to a book. And it is not also option 3 since a cover is only one part of a book. A book is not made up of covers. So ma'am, window is to paint as book is to pages. This one is my example.
Very good, Miss Paulino. I didn't expect this one. Everyone, let's give Miss Paulino a clap. So, Mr. Vilyaza, do you have any idea now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good. Go on.
Okay, everyone, here's mine. For example, cup is to coffee as bowl is to lamp. So I have your option 1 to 4. Option 1 is a dish. Option 2 is a soup. Option 3 is a spoon. And option 4 is a food. What do you think? Everyone? Of course, bowl is to soup, right? Since coffee goes into cup and soup goes into bowl. Option 1 and 3 are incorrect because they are other utensils, while option 4 is also incorrect because the word food is too general. So, ma'am, cup is to coffee as bowl into soup. This is one of my example, ma'am.
Okay, very good, Mr. Vilyaza. You really listened carefully. So everyone, let's also give Mr. Vilyaza a round of applause.
Oh, wait.
Oh, I forgot to put something on my lips. What shade should I apply? Let me try the first one. Oh, this one is red. I like it. But let me try the second one. This one is also red one. Therefore, all the lip tint that I have in my bag are all red. So this lip tint will do. Inductive reasoning is the act of making generalized conclusions of specific scenarios. So, inductive reasoning is the process of using examples and observations to reach a conclusion.
Guys, Paulina's birthday is fast approaching. We should surprise her.
When will it be? I forgot. I'm sorry.
The day after tomorrow. Riza, huh? I will tell her you forgot.
Enough with that, guys. Let's just plan now, okay?
You are the one of my daughter friend, right?
Yes, Tita. I'm one of your daughter's friend.
So, you were also part of the group who planned and surprised her? Thank you so much. You all made my daughter's birthday an extra special.
No worries, Tita. In this scenario, it tackled about deductive reasoning. What is deductive reasoning? Deductive reasoning is a logical approach where you progress from generalities to specific conclusion. Perhaps the biggest stipulation is that the statement upon which the conclusion is drawn need to be true. If they're accurate, then the conclusion stands to sound and accurate. It also often constructed with inductive reasoning, where you start with a specific observation and form a general conclusion. Deductive reasoning is also called deductive logic or top-down reasoning. Logically sound deductive reasoning example that is stated earlier is Redoble is one of Paulina's friend, therefore she's part of the group who planned to surprise Paulinho.
Class, since we've already finished discussing reasoning in its four kinds, we'll now proceed to if-then statements and converses. Miss Aniko, is the word conditional statement familiar to you?
Yes, ma'am. Actually, a conditional statement is a statement with a hypothesis followed by the conclusion. Another way to define conditional statement is to say, this is happen, well, that will happen. The statement is usually written if and then form.
Yes. What about hypothesis, Miss Farba?
The hypothesis, ma'am, is an educated guess as to what will happen during your experiment. The hypothesis is often written using the words if and then. For example, if I do not study, then I will fail the test. The if and then statements reflect your independent and dependent variables. The next one is a conclusion. Am I right, ma'am?
Yes, since you've already mentioned it, can you also define that one?
Of course, ma'am. So, conclusion is a statement in an argument that indicates of what the arguer is trying to convince the reader or listener. The conclusion of a conditional statement is the result of the hypothesis. The then part of an if-then statement is called conclusion, consequent, or apodosis. That's all, ma'am.
Very good, Miss Farba. You have really studied our lesson. So everyone, I have a question. How to form the converse of the conditional statement? For example, the converse of if it rains, then they cancel school is if they cancel school, then it rains. Did you guys get it?
Yes, ma'am, we do.
Good. So the last one is biconditional. Any thoughts about it, Miss Rebelieza?
The biconditional statement, Mom, is a statement combining a conditional statement with its converse.
Okay, so one conditional is true if and only if the other one is true as well. It often uses the words if and only if. It uses the double arrow to remind you that the conditional must be true in both directions. So class, how do you write a statement as a biconditional?
And by its converse, ma'am, you can create a biconditional statement.
You guys never fail to amaze me. Thank you so much, class, for your cooperation. Please expect to have additional points on your performance task. So we've already done about it, and I hope you will continue being active until the end of this semester.